Hi everyone, welcome to the Bruce County Public Library Online Builders Club. Every Thursday we post our weekly online Builders Club challenge for kids and families. We design these challenges to get your creative juices flowing, to challenge you to come up with a new idea to build or create something, and we do it online because we can't be together in person in our library branches. So, welcome. Today's challenge is to build your name or create your name. So I've got a few ideas here to get you started. If you need to pause the video at any point and go grab some materials, feel free to do that. I'll be here and you can always come back and join us. So are we ready? Let's get started. The first ones I'm going to show you are a little more crafty than with our Builders Blicks. I'll leave those to the end. First idea is to either draw your name or get someone to help you draw your name. Just simple letters. Here we have the name Zoe, and I use some fun nature, garden, camping stickers to just outline that name and all those letters in stickers. So that's a fun way, and I had this cool piece of paper from some packaging. So it was in our recycling cart, and that's one idea that you can build or create your name with. The other idea is to make a rocket ship. And here I've used a black piece of construction paper. We cut out squares for each letter in the name, and then we made a triangle piece to go on top for the top of the rocket ship. And you can use any shapes, or maybe you would like to draw the sort of like combustion and fire and smoke that comes out from the rocket ship. The flames, we used some scrap pieces of paper because, well, when I first cut these squares, they weren't exactly square. I had made them a little bit wobbly, so I was trimming them up to make them nice and square. So these were the pieces we used left over. And then we used a white crayon, or you could use a pencil crayon or even paint to make some stars and planets to add to our space theme. So that is a rocket ship idea with block letters, and maybe you have another idea of what you can build with some block letters. So that's one idea. Another paper idea is to draw out your name. Again, we used black construction paper. We drew the name with a white crayon, and to cut little pieces of paper, or again, you could use stickers, but here we use paper, a little mosaic kind of style. And I drew with the glue stick along the shape of the letters for each one, did them one by one, and then glued these square pieces of paper. I used a lot of scrap pieces, but if I need another color, I got out a news piece and glued those on to make a cool mosaic. So that's another idea. Another cool paper idea is to draw your name and then to make sort of like rainbow bubble letters. These are a little bit psychedelic, which is kind of cool. And so I did, this is my name, and I did it first with permanent black marker. It really looked the best, but you could use any black marker or a dark color. And then I just picked 4 colors actually, and I followed the pattern of a darker orange, a lighter orange, a green, and then a pink. And I traced around each letter. I left the center of the letters white. I traced around each letter, repeating that color pattern as we went. And it just makes for a really fun, funky design. So it could be a really cool nameplate for your bedroom door, or maybe you have a special cabinet that just has your things in it, or maybe you just love hanging up your art on the fridge or some other spot that you love to display your art and creations in the home. So there's one idea for a name craft. So and now to get to the bricks, I've got a couple of ideas here. One is super three-dimensional, so I used a simple 3-letter name because that's easy. If you have a long name, I've got a suggestion for you after this. That might be easier if you don't have enough bricks, but you could totally try it. So I just got a base plate so that I can build on. Make sure you have one large enough for your name. And then I use some 4x4 bricks to make the sort of the legs of my letters, and I stacked them up. So here I've got Tim, and I built up this way. I used some flatter 2x6 pieces to make my top for the T, and then my M. See, I had to use a couple extra bricks that were 6 2x3s. And you do whatever you need to do to make those shapes. So I stacked the letters up to make a name three-dimensional. The other idea that I had was my name is a little bit longer, and so I decided that I would just make my initials on a big base plate. So here I used a big blue base plate and some white bricks, and my initials are BP. So I put this together and what's called offset. So I brought this down and over to make sort of a little bit of a rounded shape or a little indent there to show the B, the shape of the B. Okay, and then, yeah, I just tried to make sure that my letters started and ended on the same line just so they would look the same, but you can do whatever you like. And then I added a little bit of flair on the bottom with just a few colored flat pieces to give a little more color, because I went with blue and white. I went with the white because I have a lot of white bricks, so that made it really easy for me to get enough pieces that were 2 pieces wide, so that I would have enough and it would be easy, because I had some nice really big long pieces in here. Maybe you can see that made it super easy, but you could use a ton of really colorful bricks in there as well to do your initials. And your initials are kind of fun, and you can explore with your family you know, some of the meanings of your name, where your first name, where your middle name came from, even the meaning of your last name. You can look that up or ask your family members. Sometimes our middle names especially are really meaningful names, sometimes names from our family or our history or our heritage. So it's really neat to explore what our names are all about. And one last idea, if you have magnetic letters at home, then you can just go around and create names for everyone in your family, people in your house, your pets, even place names, your town or your street name, your road name. If you have numbers, you could even practice working on your phone number. Sometimes that's really helpful to have that memorized, or an adult's phone number and your parents. So here we are. I've just put a couple things together. We've got the names Rowan and Faye and Trey, and I've just put those together on, this is a little magnetic board. You could do it on the fridge or maybe the dishwasher, somewhere that's safe to play with magnets and see which names you can spell. And maybe you like making up names. When I was younger, I loved to make lists of names. So there you go. This week's challenge is all about creating and building with names and seeing what kind of cool art you can make, or cool structures or creations you can make using your name or the names of people and places around you. So that's it for today's Online Builders Club Challenge. Thank you so much for joining us. This month is June, and we're coming up to our summer break. And so today is actually the the last live Online Builders Challenge. So if you've missed catching us for a live meeting, then hopefully we will see you next time. We are going to take a summer break, so we will not be meeting live in July or August. We are recording the rest of these Builders Club challenges for the remainder of June. So the last few weeks of June, you will see a weekly video posted Thursdays at 4:30. But after that, once we get to July and August, we're taking a summer break because we're gonna have some really exciting activities with our online summer reading club with the library. So I hope you'll get interested in those activities as well. So we'll see you next time. Bye.